there, people on YouTube. DVD and film bloke here, and this is not a request. I was originally supposed to do Festival's Day Off, but I will do that eventually. But this is one I did want to do a review of, and that is everybody's favourite cult 80s movie, which some people haven't heard of yet, The BURBS. Starring Tom Hanks, Corey Feldman, and what's his face? Carrie Fisher and Rick Dunham. So the film centres around Tom Hanks, who lives in suburbia, and him and his wife are planning to go on holiday soon, but then this really weird family moves in who they believe are killers, who live in this really weird house moving. So Tom Hanks and some other people want to investigate this house, much to the disapproval of his wife. And even though this film's not greatly received by critics, it did really quite well with audiences and has now become a cult favourite from director Joe Dante, who has had great recognition from Gremlins. This is actually one of my favourite Joe Dante films. It's up there with Gremlins and Inner Space, which Inner Space I will go around reviewing soon. So, without any further ado, let me show off the DVD. Tom Hanks, The BURBS, Uncut. It's got that image right there of Tom Hanks with the spatula and the what's called the hose. This is a 12. I believe this film received heavy cuts originally in order to get a PG rating, but I believe this is the first time it was released uncut. But one of the only films I've actually seen that actually had BBFC cuts got uncut and used that as a selling point. Probably one of the only ones I've actually seen that do that. Arrow Video has released the film on Blu-ray, so if you've got a Blu-ray player, definitely pick that edition up. I believe there was an early release by Universal, but I'm not 100% sure on that one, and I'm not 100% sure on the Arrow Video release either. But it's 12/12. Universal Image, who actually I believe I've heard of a company called Image, which is an American-based company who mostly release public domain films. Okay, and Universal logo, Tom Hanks, The BURBS Uncut. 2149975. So there's the back. You can't see it that well from the viewfinder. For some reason the camera's gone shit now, even though when I tried to do a video today, actually it was quite a while. I'm not sure whether it's this camera angle, but I'm just going to read this off camera because it's a lot easier. Tom Hanks portrays suburban Ray Peterson, who plans a peaceful vacation, are disturbed by a creepy new family in the block. In this outrageous suspense comedy directed by Joe Dante, to disappoint his wife Carrie Fisher, Ray decides to spend a reaction weekend at home and soon gets into trouble with his neighbour, a half busy body, Rick Dunham, and freaked out ex-soldier Bruce Dern, and a spicy teenager, Corey Feldman. Did you know Corey Feldman was also in Gremlins as well? I think that's probably the only thing that Joe Dante actually knew him from. And so did Steven Spielberg, which actually, all the Joe Dante films I've got, this is the only one I've got which is actually not produced by Steven Spielberg. But let me continue. It's obvious the strange happenings next door at Clapton's bizarre is our resident. When the neighbourhood route suddenly disappears, the men are uncovered. The ramshackle house hide as clues. Armed with assault rifles, high-power binoculars, and a shovel, they decide to see for themselves exactly what is going on at the captain's place. Set in an average neighbourhood that is anything but average, the BURBS blend slapstick comedy and spine-thrilling mystery with the type of witty humour that has made Tom Hanks one of today's most popular stars. And there's a few images on the back of the film. Bonus features, unfortunately, this is a fairly early one, so as a result, it's pretty naff per se on bonus features. I think the Blu-ray releases have more on them, but not 100% sure. I'm assuming they should, considering that it's Arrow Video. And Arrow Video is basically God. Bonus features. It contains the teaser trailer. There's institutional information right there. I believe when I mentioned the fact that this is the only Joe Dante film I've got that actually was not produced by Steven Spielberg. Actually, there were lots of Joe Dante films that weren't produced by Spielberg before and after Gremlins and Inner Space. But let's continue on. 12. This is Macrovision on it, which for some reason I've never seen Macrovision on a DVD before. I mean, it's not like I've never had a release that didn't have Macrovision on it. Pretty much all my Universal ones, which is one of them, have Macrovision on them. So this one's for 1 hour and 37 minutes. Unfortunately, I don't like Universal DVDs when they do this, when they put like the runtime that under here, because I do remember once I'd forgotten where it was. This film is from 1989. Here's the disc with for some reason an Irish PG rating. I never got that, even though it got Irish 12 here. This is one of those cases with the little things that flap on them, and for some reason on most Amray cases they've got little holes here, which you can't really see well on camera, but for some reason they filled that in with plastic. And so, when they put those things inside the slots in order to prevent people from pinching them, they basically slide them in. I believe it's at the store they use like magnets or something, to get them out. I believe there are videos on YouTube on how to actually get those out manually, in case the shop owner couldn't be arsed getting them out themselves. But this one's filled them in with plastic, so as a result it's technically impossible to do that. So yes, I hope you enjoyed my review of the BURBS. Hopefully soon I will be getting around to doing First Bueller's Day Off, and I might do Inner Space, and pretty much anything else you want me to review, then leave it in the comments below. And I hope you enjoyed the review, and I sure hope this compelled you to go out somewhere, not sure where, but somewhere, and buy the BURBS. I'm not sure about its current status in the US, who released it on Blu-ray. I'm assuming it's probably going to be something like Scream Factory or something, but it's a great classic cult 80s movie, which if you're a big fan of 80s movies like I am, and you're more of a fan of cult movies, then you'll definitely like this. It's not for everybody. There are a few dark elements in it, and there are a few jokes which aren't really that great, but it's a excellent film, and I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. Give it a watch if you have the chance, and And whilst you're doing that, I will see you next time.